All right, I guess continue what I was saying before. Um, about, people really not understanding. I mean, you know, I know it sounds crazy. I know anybody I've said this to probably believes I'm crazy unless they believe they're Palladian or something. I don't. I've not met anybody that even knows what a curse is, much as an Arcturian. That doesn't mean that they're not, because the evolutionary process of the human brain has been stunted by the wealth class and the monetary system. Um, a cap has been put on your brain, and your ability to use more of your brain. That cap is what each soul that comes down then also carries back up like a virus, backs up to its own soul. And then what happens is that the soul no longer has a chance to like evaluate and do things up, up there, whatever you want to call the other dimension, after death. It can't evaluate what's going on. Instead, it goes up and it gets shot right down. It gets shot right down because the controlling factor of the human soul's evolutionary process, ascension process, and the evolution process of the human consciousness. Those two things have been halted and frozen, basically, at that level you are. This has happened to every civilization before you that survived. At this point, the human civilization, and at this point, everyone failed. It got to the point where it no longer would be able to function. That's exactly what the wealth class wants. It wants us right away in a little spaceship, somewhere else, as the entire civilization dies. I mean, it doesn't want 8 billion. If you have 8 billion souls, slaves, that's great. But then all of a sudden you have 8 billion people that don't believe anything you say anymore, and don't believe in your wealth, and don't believe in anything that you say that's controlling every aspect of their existence. And then what do? Oh shit, we can't. Well, either we go down and just take our punishment now for being slave masters, or we get on the ship right off as the asteroid's coming, or something else, something that they could have created. They could be putting, nuclear warheads around every single fucking nuclear plant, and watch those that create the same earthquake type effects that Mother Earth could be doing. To eradicate herself of these nuclear plants, creating nuclear waste that you then try to figure out how to get rid of in her body. Or in space. Yeah, we'll just send it to space and have it float around in space for a while until it hits something, and then it's like, what? That wasn't supposed to be there. And then the universe goes, what the fuck is that? Throw another asteroid down at them. This time, don't miss. So, yeah, it's I understand that it's hard to believe when I say that but the thing is that I've never believed that it was anything else about the human. I didn't believe in reincarnation, but I didn't really understand until I actually went back. So, well, you regress to go into regression sessions and regress to all your past lives, and you see, yeah, I did every single one of them. Actually, there was a lot. I can't even count, but I experienced every one, and I realized one thing that they were all trying to teach me, that I have to accept everyone for what they are. And the big thing was that, wow, every human being should be equal, because one of the biggest problems I've had is getting thrown into a barbaric caste system while I was at one point in tribal culture, doing whatever I needed to do. Shaman was mostly a lot of times. You regress back to that point, you realize, oh shoot! I mean, reincarnation. I believe in reincarnation. Yeah. It's like karma, yeah, but it's more than that. It's really a structure of the human soul evolving. And if you guys don't think about that every day and start focusing on that instead of, let's see, how do I make some more money? How do I have a nicer car? This, that, the other. If you don't start doing what you need to do now, it's like, a whole classroom of kids going into a class, not prepared for a test that's basically going to decide their whether they pass or fail. And that means that you fail the entire year and you have to get left back. It is really that in that ratio. It's that important to the human soul and the human body and the human consciousness evolving. You won't evolve with money. You won't evolve with any of this, man, that you have out there. Everything that you see, that's profiting, that's competing, that's wasting your fucking time. It's wasting your time, and it's not just linear time within this lifetime. It's every lifetime that you live before that. There's souls that have been here for 2,000-3,000 years. That's not normal. Excuse me. That's not normal. Oh, you're an old soul. Yeah, you're an old soul, but I mean, you're a freaking ancient old soul. Yeah, 2,000 years old, man. You should have been up there already. You should have been feeling a spot that was ready for you. Your creator, like, no, how many we're getting? No, none this time. Wow. Yeah. And the wealth class knows this, but they don't admit to it and tell you that. They'll go into their own little separate religions and pray and say, "You see, God made me wealthy." It's like, God didn't make you wealthy. Satan made you wealthy. God has nothing to do with wealth. God has to do with you taking care of each other and treating every human being as equal. Actually, every animal and then the planet is equal. And the planet, as man, the planet treats you as equals to it, right? Mother Earth treats you as equals to it, right? But you don't. Now, how much is she going to take of that? Maybe $1 billion, $2 billion, but 8 billion? 8 billion. Oh, there's this and that. This is a few. Yeah. 100,000, 200,000? 8 billion people that don't know and don't understand that she's a living organism and she should be respected first and foremost over any of your economy or any of your lawsuits or any of your fucking taking property that doesn't belong to you. So, it's hard to believe when I say I'm Arcturian. He's fucking crazy. Woo. Hey, they got medicine for that. You can go to a psych ward. Take some rest. Take some time off. Take some pills that make all those crazy thoughts go out of your head. And all of a sudden you come back and let me work. Let me go. Because I have vacation this year. I have a sick day today. I'm calling sick again. I fucking hate this job. I hate everything about it that I have to do. And you wouldn't have to do it if everything was free and you shared everything equally. We would be doing just like watching the robots, and nobody would be fearing their fucking job loss and fearing they're getting thrown out of a house or a car or whatever, losing everything because they lost their job. There would be none of that at all because there would be no job to lose because all you're doing is, you're doing this work, but then you're using technology the right way. Not that it's going to take over and it's going to make us all like, or then you have one little place and then with like a palace, in the future, and there's all technology there, and then all you have is all you have is like the poor people just trying to give food, and then here come the robots and boom, and you're dead, and then robots come back to kill them too, and boom. But you see, they don't kill them because they made the robots to kill you. Get it? They made technology to kill you. They made everything to kill you because they want you dead because they're a fucking parasites from another dimension. Oh no, it's good talking about that person. Yes, they are. They're parasites from another dimension that became human form, human hosts, and those human hosts are then their slaves. And they're slaves to money, and they've taken away all the empathy, any compassion, anything that would make a human being not do that, not know that their wealth creates the poverty that is right now killing people. And these parasites, all they do is take a human civilization from whenever they can grab hold of it, and then ride it all the way to its death. And then instead of living 300,000 years as a civilization, even longer, it could be infinity. Get it? You could be the one that, we're passing all these souls through now. It's like, they're coming in, coming out, no problem, man. They're understanding what they are, and then boom. They just needed to understand what they are, not to go over it over and over again, not kill people over and over again from war after war. You understand? They did not have to do that. These souls are stuck here. Like a rat in a fucking cage. Waiting for the master to open the gate, and the little fence, little door in the rat cage. Right? You open it up and finally I'm out of here, and then they shoot him. You understand? That is what your soul is going through here. And yes, I am Arcturian. My soul is from another dimension. it was brought down here to help. There's a lot of us out there, and a lot of us have that cap and do not realize that. A lot of us end up becoming, so I say drug addicts. You know why? Because a lot of us are addicted to the things that they've taken away, the plant sources that they take away, that would help us communicate with our mission and our star system, our our purpose. Right? So instead of providing the plant source to be able to do that, what they've done is, let's see, made it illegal, and then take a street version of it, and then say, well, if you use the street drug, we're going to arrest you and kill you, but we'll let the street drug, we'll get paid for the street drug to be out there. But if you do it now, we're going to arrest you if we catch you. And that's how they do it. So I met a lot of addicts that were, I was addicts are some of the most spiritual people that I know. You know why? Because they're looking for something. You know what they're looking for? What they were supposed to do. And can't find it, and they're stuck in your fucking McDonald's or whatever fucking office job you have for them, right? And then they have to then figure it out, and they don't. It's either alcohol or usually the Arcturians or any of the star seeds are usually drugs, because drugs are the closest thing to plant medicine. They used to allow them to communicate. So, When he first came down, he's like, "Oh wow, this is great." And now let me communicate. Ceremony. We do the ceremony now. Hey, wow, this is great. Thank you. You're welcome. Ooh, I got more information for you to help your tribe. Here you're like, holy shit, stick him in a goddamn fucking mental institution because he's crazy, right? That's what you. If Jesus came down, you know what? Jesus will never come and save you. You know what? I'm waiting for Jesus to come down and save us. Jesus is going to come down, the second coming of Jesus. You know what I end up having? You know why? Because you will stick his ass into a fucking mental institution. That's why. Or shoot him. Or kill someone again. You think he's going to come back down here and save your asses? You fucking killed them. And you have a religion based them? You are more insane than any of us up there couldn't even fathom at this point. You've actually reached the point. It's like everyone, it's a little bit better, but everyone's a little bit worse. And this one is probably the worst that I've seen doing this. So, my soul is Arcturian. From another dimension. I come here. If you don't believe that, then just stop reading those fucking books that were written 2,000 years ago and believing in that thing and those things. Because if you believe in those things, why would you not believe that I'm from another dimension? Because you're not a sci-fi movie. You're just like, I know you're a sound healer. My soul from another, and I use plant medicine to be able to get to that place where that soul that's in me, that's working through me, can actually come through and communicate. And now I'm at the point that I'm very close to that. So I'm feeling it more than I was, yesterday when I was like, oh shit, I got bills to pay, oh shit, I need a fucking car, I need a job, I need a fucking apartment, man. I'm living in a fucking garbage dump behind a supermarket in Neptune, New Jersey. And that's what I gave up to do this. So that's not making me being crazy. Because I could have been doing a lot of other things right now. I guarantee you. A lot of other things. But this is what, you're crazy, take those pills, and then they'll make all those ideas that you have, go away, boo! Yeah, and then you sit there fucking churning, so you take a gun and blow your fucking head off. Right? Like Van Gogh did. Like a lot of us ended up doing. You know why? Because we can't, and we have no one to help us. Especially if you're young and you realize it. That's why it took me 56 years to realize it, right? This is when I needed to do it, because now I got some stamina to say, everybody's saying that I'm crazy. He's crazy. He should go, he needs help. Everybody that's saying that, I can say, you know what? Fuck you. Go away. And you'll see in 2 years if I'm right or you're right. And you know what? I hope you're right, because I know I'm right. And if you're ignorant enough not to listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth, coming from other dimensions, coming from spirits that want to help you, then what's going to happen to you in 2 years, man? It deserves to happen to you. Well, enjoy the rest of Carlos and Maria and Alfred. They're going to go through some very interesting things, I think. I don't know. But the only reason I'm doing this is because it's important. It's the only reason I'm doing this.